Every time I walk into an airport, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. I want something to drink. I'm in vacation mode. And then I look at the prices of everything. It's 5, 6, 10 times more than what it should be. Luckily, there is a solution to this problem. It's airport lounges. Airport lounges are a nice refuge from the hustle and bustle of an airport. And most importantly, it also, most of the time, gives you free food and free drinks. We're talking about Coca-Colas, coffees, and alcohol. Now in this video, we're going to talk about how to get you into an airport lounge, which credit cards give you access. And now I put a decent amount of work into this. We're not hitting just the highlights here. We're getting to some pretty niche situations to really figure out which card is best for you. So make sure to stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna give you a nice little framework to really figure out which of these cards is best for you. And I got a nice little gift to make it a bit easier as well. So first, let's talk about some of the major lounge networks that are out there that I'll be repeating in this video so you have a little bit of context. All right, so first we got the Priority Pass Lounge Network. This has over 1,400 locations worldwide. It is huge, and they really range from a really nice experience to just a nice experience. And then you've also got, separate from that, but part of it is the Priority Pass restaurants and experiences. So Priority Pass has a network of restaurants that they partner with at various airports where you're able to get a $28 credit for you and sometimes for a guest depending on what kind of membership you have. And so you're able to get part of your meals and drinks covered at a restaurant. They also have experiences such as spas and minute suites where you can rent out a room for maybe an hour at a time, and even arcades within airports. And so you can get into these for free with that separate membership. It's not always given to you with the lounge membership that we just mentioned. So that's a little bit separate, but also part of Priority Pass. And then there's Plaza Premium Lounges. There's over 130 lounges within that network. It's nice, but it's smaller. And then you've got the airline lounges. You've got the United Clubs, the Delta lounges, and the American Airlines Admirals lounges as well. And these are typically reserved for business class or upper class flight passengers, but you can also gain access to some of these clubs via a credit card. And then finally, you've got the Centurion lounges. These are exclusively available to a certain card issuer and via certain credit cards that we'll talk about. And these are supposed to be the nicest of them all. And then there are other lounge networks out there, but these are the main ones that you'll hear me repeat in the video. And so if you wanted to range them out of niceness, you've got the Centurion lounges are supposed to be the best. You got the Delta lounges, which are really nice as well. And then kind of all the others, you'll probably get different experiences depending on which lounge you go to at whatever airport. And now let's get into the cards. So I've got the big three is the first category we get into. These are premium cards that are best for most people. And card number one is the Capital One Venture X. You've heard me talk about this card before, but it comes with a $395 annual fee. It gives you access to the Priority Pass lounges, the Plaza Premium lounges, and the Capital One lounges. It does not come with the Priority Pass restaurant benefit though. And so you also get 2 guests for free to all these lounges every single time you go to the lounge, and your authorized users also get the same benefit I just described with no additional fees. Now with that being said, the Plaza Premium lounge locations in the United States are in Orlando, MCO, Dallas, DFW, Washington, DC, IAD, and the locations of the Capital One lounges currently only include Denver, Dallas DFW, and Washington DC IAD. And so that is the con of the Capital One card, is that they have a small footprint, but these lounges are really nice if you do get the chance to go. And the pro being is that the annual fee is really easy to justify and make use of. And if you live in one of these places that has one of these lounges, or you fly there frequently, have a layover there frequently, it really does sweeten up the deal. Now the next card on the list is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now I typically recommend you to go ahead and sign up for the Chase Sapphire Preferred because it has a higher sign-up bonus, and then you're able to upgrade your card by calling Chase after a year of having the cards to the Reserve. Now this card comes with a $550 annual fee, and you get access to the Priority Pass Lounge network, including the restaurant benefit. You get 2 guests for every lounge visit you have, and you also have 2 guests that you can use at the restaurants. Again, this is $28 off per person on your bill, so it could be for food, for drinks, anything you want. Now there are Chase Sapphire lounges, however, they're part of the Priority Pass network as a whole, so you can actually access them with a Capital One Venture X or whatever other card that gives you access to Priority Pass. There's only one exclusive Chase Sapphire Reserve lounge that I know of, and that's actually in Austin, Texas. It's an outdoor terrace, and it's just okay in my opinion from the time that I went. I only say that because it's like 90% outdoors and it's grab and go options. It's always hot, it's hardly covered, and I digress. It wasn't enough to keep me from switching to the Capital One Venture X. Now the big pro with this card is the restaurant benefit with Priority Pass. If your airport has a lot of participating restaurants within that network, then this card might be for you. Next is the Big Mama American Express Platinum card. This card comes with a whopping $695 annual fee, but it gives you access to the Centurion Lounges, the Delta Lounges, Priority Pass, Plaza Premium, Aspire, Escape, select Lufthansa lounges, and select Virgin clubhouses. But it comes with limitations. So you get 0 free visitors to the Centurion lounges and the Delta lounges, and you only get 6 passes to go into a Delta lounge within a year. And now you can spend $50 per guest with a limit of 2 guests to get into the lounge with you, or you are able to reinstate your free guest privilege if you spend a crap ton of money within a year. But you do get 2 free guests at the Priority Pass, Aspire, and Escape lounges though. And it's worth noting that the Priority Pass lounge access does not come with a restaurant benefit. So this card is without a doubt the best card to have if you want the best lounge experience. If luxury is your thing, this is for you. Now if you travel with others like a significant other, etc., and this card's pretty expensive, and then you'll have to get another one, whether it be this same card or the business version. It offers the same lounge access benefits. You can also get an authorized user on this card for an extra $195 a year. That would be a cheaper way to get this access. And so this card for me is best for solo travelers that really want the luxury experience. And now that's the big 3. Before we move on, I want to tell you about 2 tools that I personally use. Now you're going to want to use these tools whenever A, you're trying to figure out which credit card you want so you know what lounges are in your area that are good for you. B, whenever you actually book the flight so you can pick which layovers that you might want because you have lounge access in that airport. And C, when you're actually getting ready to be at the airport so you know where the lounges are in comparison to where you're landing on based on the airline you're flying. And now the first tool is Lounge Buddy. It's an app that you can download and you put in whatever credit cards you have and it kind of filters what credit card lounge access you have. It's most useful when you can put your flight information in there so it can account for if you have business class or flying a certain airline. And then it tells you what lounges are in the airport, which ones you have access to, and it also gives you pictures and ratings and all that. The second tool is actually the Priority Pass app. Because Priority Pass is such a large network and most of these cards give you access to Priority Pass, it's nice to know if there are lounges in that airport. It's easy to search and it kind of gives you those experiences that you may qualify for that you may not know of. And so it gives you all the limitations within that app, and it's just very useful and a good thing to check before you go to whatever airport you're about to head to. Real quick, if you've liked this so far, go ahead and let me know by hitting the like button so YouTube can push this in front of other viewers. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. This is Nurse Michael Travels, your one-stop shop for award travel content. Thank you for being here. Make sure to stick around to the end where I give you that free gift and I reveal that to you. Here's some more. This next category is called Inexpensive and Limited. The reason for the name will be obvious very soon. The Capital One Venture card is the first card in this category. It's the little sister of the Venture X. It comes with a $95 annual fee and you get access to the Capital One lounges and the Plaza Premium lounges. However, you only get 2 passes per year. And now you get 0 free guests, but you can use one of your free passes to bring a guest with you to the lounge. And now this is a good starter card if you're looking to get into the Capital One universe and access their transfer partners. And so it's a nice perk to have if you do have this card. The next card is the American Express Green Card. Not a lot of people talk about this card. It's a mid-tier travel card with a $150 annual fee. It comes with some nice travel perks like a Clear Plus credit and lounge access. The lounge access comes in a different form. You get a $100 Lounge Buddy credit. Lounge Buddy is that app I mentioned before that helps you find lounges, but additionally you can buy lounge access directly from the app. Now not every lounge is available and most of these passes cost upwards towards $40, almost $50 per visit depending on the lounge. So you're likely able to get maybe 2.5 visits depending on which lounge you try to go to. Now within this category used to be some of the Hilton cards. They used to offer Priority Pass access, but that benefit is being phased out in 2024, so I will not include them in this video. This next card fits right in between this category and the next one, so I'll go ahead and introduce this next category as the Loyalist Premium cards, which are the airline cards and one specific hotel chain. So this next card I'm going to talk about is the United Explorer card. It comes with a $95 annual fee and you get 2 passes to a United Club lounge. Now these passes renew every year and you do not get get access to the Polaris Lounge. Those are exclusive for upper class ticket holders. And it's worth noting that you must be flying United that day. You can't be flying American ticket and then try to get into United Lounge because you have that card. The next card in the Loyalist Premium Card category is the United Infinite Card. It comes with a $550 annual fee. You get 2 free visitors, and as the card says, you get an infinite number of visits to United clubs. However, it does not include Polaris lounges. You must be flying United that day. And just to be clear, there are no other lounge access perks. You don't get Priority Pass or any other lounge network, but you do get a handful of United perks. And so if you are flying United every day and you're a true loyalist, this card might be for you. Next is the Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard. It comes with a $595 annual fee. You get access to the American Airlines Admirals Club with 2 free guests with you each visit. You do not get access to the flagship lounges or the first class lounges. And as you can guess, you must be flying American Airlines that day in order to access the lounge. The next card is a Delta SkyMiles Reserve card from American Express. Now, Delta has recently made some announcements about changes they're making to lounge access with this card, but I'm going to go ahead, for the sake of the longevity of this video, describe this card as if those changes have already been made, but realistically they don't go into effect until February of 2025. So this card comes with a $550 annual fee. You get access to the Delta lounges and the Centurion lounges, but you only get 10 visits per year into the Delta lounges, and you get no free guests with the exception of 2 guest passes every card anniversary. Otherwise, it's $50 per guest with a limit of 2. And as you know, you must be flying Delta that same day. And it's worth noting that you cannot get lounge access even with this card if you're flying basic economy. This is true only for Delta as of now. United and American, you can still fly basic economy and get lounge access with the right card. And last but not least is a secret card. It's the Marriott Ritz-Carlton card. It comes with a $450 annual fee with the Priority Pass membership. That includes the restaurant benefit as well. Additionally, you get unlimited free guests. That's right, more than 2. And your authorized users get the same benefit. And now I say this is a secret card because it's not open to new applications. You have to have an existing Chase Marriott card. You hold it for a year and then you have to call Chase to upgrade that card to the Ritz-Carlton card. Additionally, you need a $10,000 credit limit. This card does come with a bunch of other perks that you can look into, and it is a worthwhile premium card to hold if you enjoy the Marriott brand. But real quick, let me hit you with 2 realities about lounge access before moving on. One is that not every lounge is made the same. Some are much nicer than others. Some offer very little compared to some of the big fancy ones. Just be grateful for what you have and go into it with no expectations. 2, along the same lines, is you may not even be able to get to access a lounge. Lounges do have capacity limits and they do get reached thanks to people like me telling people about free lounge access. So go in with no expectations. Be extremely grateful and happy for whatever they do have to offer if you're able to get in. Now finally, the 2-piece finale. First is the framework to try to figure out which of these cards is right for you to get to the right airport lounge. And I boiled this down into 4 questions to ask yourself. 1 is which airport lounges are in your home airport or at your frequent destinations, or in airports that you find that you often have to lay over in to get to your destination. Figure this out by using the Priority Pass website or app and Lounge Buddy. 2 is easy. Do you fly mostly solo or do you fly with others? Because if you fly with others, then you may want to look into some of the cards that have multiple guest passes or unlimited visits, etc. 3 is what is your tolerance for annual fees? Do you want to avoid them altogether and you just want one of the mid-tier cards that get you maybe 1 or 2 visits per year? Or do you want one of the premium cards that's easy to cope the losses of your annual fee, such as the Capital One Venture X? And then 4, are you an airline loyalist? If you fly for work and you find that you're always flying American or United, then it may be worth getting one of those premium cards. Those cards typically come with a lot of perks dedicated to that airline, in addition to the lounge access if that's available in your airport. So that's the framework, and now this baby is my gift to you. I put a little bit of work in and I put all these cards into a nice little spider web to you to visualize and see all the key points that I mentioned, so you don't have to hear me saying all the same thing over and over again by rewinding this video, although it is there for you if you need it. Additionally, I've also included a business card section at the bottom there, so you also have some business card options if you're trying to avoid getting your 524 count up. And so that's linked in the description down below for you, and it's free, like I said, free 99, no cost to you. So now that you figured out which of these credit cards you're going to apply to, let's figure out how to use that sign up bonus. Here's a tutorial about how to book flights using a common transfer partner, British Airways.